Hi everybody, and welcome back to Nellie and Ruth Designs. Today we are going to continue with the Christmas. I guess I'm just going to continue with Christmas right through until Christmas. So today I want to use these sweet little postcards from Tsunami Rose. Daisy has created some really fun kits and other items for Christmas. These I purchased from her, I think, last year or the year before, and this is her Retro Pink Christmas. So you can go right to Tsunami Rose, and if you like anything that you see that I'm working on, you can get them over on her Etsy shop. So thank you, Daisy. These are really, really cute images, and I'm excited to work with them this season. So I'd love to have you stick around. I want to thank all my new subscribers. I appreciate your support. My returning subbies that have been with me through my whole journey the last year plus, I really appreciate you and thank you. So I just want to flip through these really quick and show you again in case you didn't see the previous video. But these are really cute little postcards, and you can see you get 4 to a sheet. And I do have, you'd think I would get all ready for this ahead of time. This is my 3rd ruler I've used. My other 2 are so buried on my desk that when I get done with this video, I swear I'm going to clean my desk. If you could just see what it looks like now, you would be appalled. So these are, each one looks like it measures about 3 1/4, roughly by 5. So not quite 3 1/2 by 5, but 3 1/4 by 5. Yeah, 3 1/4 by 5. Now, if you want to make these larger, and if you have Photoshop, you can do that, which I may down the road. But these are really cute, perfect size if you want to make these into a pocket. I think I'm going to make these into a pocket for my page, and then I'll tuck something else inside. So we have this one here. And we have this cute little set. Really, really cute images on all of these postcards. Really, really cute. And I'm going to be, believe it or not, I am going to be embellishing these. You can use these just plain if you are short on time or you like them just like this. But I'm going to, because it's a pink retro journal that I'm going to be making, I'm going to use some of my retro women that I have laying around here. Some have really pretty red dresses on. So I think even though I don't want to say, I mean, I like to tie my women in some of these projects, only for the fact that, I mean, think of when you had the days of retro, how your mom dressed and so on and so forth. I think these women need to be put in with this album as well. I keep calling it an album. It's not a photo album. It's going to be a journal. Let me just get those, then I can cut them on my other. So I'm only going to use the ones that have a little bit more. I'm going to be using these 2 here because it has a little bit more room to decorate on. I'm going to use this one, and I believe I'm going to use this one here with the bells. Okay, so, and I'm just going to add a little bit to these. So I just want to show you that a little bit can go a long ways. And normally I would cut these on my my little cutter, but I'm not going to here. I'm just going to do them like this by hand. Okay, so there's that one. This one I'm not going to use. I'm going to set that over there. These two I am going to use. Last year when I worked on Christmas and I did my journals, I think I did 3 or 4 journals. I gave one to my girlfriend for Christmas. I used the Cozy Critter papers, and they came out really, really cute. So I think this year I'm just going to do a little something different. And I may even round these, so I'm going to get them, I'm just going to get them straight here. I think I'll use my little cutter to round the corners a little bit, just to soften them up. And I think that'll be fun. So I hope everybody's having a good day. I went on... There was a news flash, a weather news flash that came through where Hamburg, New York, out near, I think it's out near Buffalo, they were really hit hard with snow. I think they got like 15, I don't know how much snow they got. They were buried. You couldn't see the cars. Somebody said they got 15, I want to say 15 feet. I mean, they got hammered. I feel so sorry for those people. They get the lake effect snow out in Buffalo that comes from Niagara Falls, Ohio, Canada, and they get hammered. So if you're out there watching, they've even told the people, do not leave your home. Do not go out. Only if it's an emergency, because they can't keep up with the clearing of the streets. And so my heart goes out to you, because I know what it's like to have to plow and shovel and clear away, 6 to 12 inches of snow, or 3. Sometimes we get 3 or 4 feet of snow in one pop. And oh, I feel so bad for them. But winter is coming. Okay, so the first one we're going to do is we are going to work with this one here. And this is going to be just very easy. I'm going to be using Tim Holtz ephemera, because I'm on a roll there with all of my old ephemera. And I've just taken 3. This is my retro gal here. I'm going to cut her out. I have my retro gal. I have... this is a Tim Holtz, the Red Star Cough Drops, 5 cents. And then this here is another little, I'm not sure. I think these are stamps from Red Lead, but I can't be sure. But I would say I'm 99.9% sure that that's where they came from. So if you go on Red Lead to look for their stamps, you could check that out, because I do think that's where they came from. All right, so I'm just going to cut her out a little bit. Now you're going to notice that she's a little bit taller than the paper by just a little centimeter or just a smidgen. So what I'm going to do, what I believe I'm going to do is I'm going to just take a little bit, I don't think I even have to do that. I can just clip. I'll get her position, then I can just clip a little bit off I think it'll be okay. I was going to take a little bit, which I still can, off around the bottom of her shoe here. If I can make it look halfway decent without mangling her foot. And just kind of do this with that. And maybe I can do a little bit up here around her hair. And that'll be good. Okay. Let me cut the other gals out here as well, and then that way I can get rid of this mat. Last night I received a text message, a very nice greeting, you know, a Thanksgiving greeting. It says, "Hey, my crafty friend." And then it went on from there, and it talked about how they're watching, you know, videos on home decorating for the holidays, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, wishing you and your family a wonderful Thanksgiving. And I didn't recognize the number. And I looked up the area code, and it came from Ohio. And I'm so scared. I get emails and I get text messages that I shouldn't be getting. And I was so worried last night that it was, and it says, you know, this is not a logged in number. Be aware of phishing and scams. And I started to panic. So I thought about it all night. And I said to my son this morning, I'm like, is this a scam? Is this another one of these? He says, no, Mom, this one's real. He says, just type back and say, you know, and I didn't have this person in my contacts. I don't have you in my contacts. And you know, sometimes when you reset your phone, certain contacts go and this and that. So I got it all straightened out, and it was a wonderful gal that follows me on Instagram, and she does watch my videos, and so we had a nice chat this morning, and I love her work, what she does. But that kind of got me nervous. I'm just so worried that, I mean, my charge cards have been stolen before, and it's just, my husband's identity got stolen. So it's just makes me, but I was so happy to hear from her. That really made my day. So, okay, so I'm missing, here it is. Of course it's on the floor. All right, so we're going to start here with Timmy's little cough drop sign here. Okay, so I'm going to put that right about there. And like I said, you don't have to do a lot, just to dress these up a little bit. And to combine other pieces of ephemera that you'd like to incorporate and use. Sometimes these are so hard to There we go. Take off. And I'm going to use my tweezers because I want to get her positioned where I don't have to cut a lot of her head off. There. I don't really have to cut any of her off here. I could just snip that foot, just a dab. And I'm going to put that right over her dress instead of under. And for that one, that's all I'm going to do. I think that adds just a cute little extra to it. I could put one of my cute little ribbons, a bow up at the top here. I mean, I do want to make this a really pretty, fun little girly girl journal. So maybe I will, got that pink, and then I had this one. I would love to use red, but I think this red just is too bright. So I think maybe I will use this one here. And I'm just going to add just a little bit up in this upper corner here. And do I want to, I think I'm going to tie this one. The other ones I have done them a little bit different, but I think I'm going to put a little, just so this corner does not there we go. That's good. I don't like it when it does that. Just so the corner doesn't rip out. And I'm going to try this here. Now I may do it differently. I think I will do it this way, like you do on a normal tag. I think this might work a little bit better. But I want to do it this way. You see where I'm going with this, don't you? I want these to hang down. Right? Am I going to hang it down? No, if I do it this way, it's going to hang up, isn't it? So I may have to, I want these to hang down. All right, so we're going to start this, right? Right? Yes, this way. Okay. Again, I want to be careful because I don't want this to pull out of my corner here. And I kind of want this over the corner. So maybe I will just leave it just like, there we go, just like this. And then I'm going to take this and I'm just going to put a dab of glue, because I want these, I don't want these like free floating. I'm going to put a little dab of glue here. I want these adhered down. Put a dab of glue there. I'll put a dab of glue here. And I will put a dab of glue right there. And then I will do the same with this one. And maybe I'll bring this one up. Put a dab of glue here. And I'm going to put a dab of glue right here. And then that way that will hold right there. So it's a little more formed. And that'll be a really cute pocket. All right. All right, so that one is done. So let's put that one right there. Okay, and then these two. Okay, let's do this one next. All right. And again, I'm using this cute little retro gal right here. And we have got I have another Tim Holtz Shiny Bright. And I want to put that right under there. And then this one, again, I have the leftovers from the Christmas trees that I cut out over here with the Tim Holtz die cut. See, these are the trees. And these are the leftovers, all right, that come out of the trees here after you cut them out. And I like to use these as icicles. I think it's just a fun thing to do. So we're going to put some icicles up at the top here. So we'll get them glued on. So we'll do that first. I have a little tiny, tiny one that we're going to start over here on the side once I pick it up. So, and I can tell that my top here, see my bubble? I've got to clean I have to clean my little top because it is bubbling and running over. So we're going to straighten this out here. Put that. We're going to run these little icicles all the way along the top. Just to give a little bling, and because that was another thing in the retro days, is the leaded icicles that hung on the trees, Christmas trees, which I'll be hanging mine again this year on the tree. Last year we went and cut a tree. It had been a long time since we cut a tree, and we're going to go cut another tree this year. We have a very large tree that we keep up year round in our home, in my dining room, and that works out really well. I just got tired of storing it, and seeing that we live in the woods and we have a great camp style home. I just leave the tree up all year, and in the nights I'll turn it on. I keep the lights on it, and it's pretty. But last year we cut a tree, and it was really nice. I put all of my mom's Christmas decorations on it from the 60s, and all her leaded tinsel, and it was just so pretty. I put the big C9 bulbs on that my mom and dad used to put on. And I'll do that again this year. So I'm going to put this right about here. We're going to move her over a little bit, that there. And then she's going to go right about here. Again, I'm just going to take a little tiny bit off of the top of her head. So as you can see, you don't really need a lot to change things up. Just look around your craft room and use up what you have. There, I think that's nice. And it just, these little extra things just add a little bit. Some people may not like them. I do. I think that they're just, it just adds another little element, you know, to what you're doing. And I think they're quite fun. Okay, and then the last one, we have this sweet gal in her pink dress and her little plumy hat. And we will take a little bit off of her. And get up here. My godmother had a hat like this. It was white. And I remember I have pictures of her. She wore it to a wedding. Oh my gosh, she looked like an ostrich. But boy, she was something else. She was from New York City. Her and my parents, her and her husband, Hank. Her name was Arlene. They were great friends. I mean, really great friends. She was my godmother. And she was a rockette, which I never realized until after she passed away. But she was a rockette in New York City. And I wish I had known that growing up, because I would have loved to have talked to her. But she was loud. She was from the city, and she was just loud. She was always right. But boy, did she love me. She was just, I remember for my 16th birthday, I have all kinds of pictures of me sitting on her lap, and she would rock me and just have, she was a smoker. So I always had curls of smoke in my face, but it never really bothered me because, oh, I loved her. I rounded that corner. I should have rounded this one, but that's okay. I'll put that there. She had a poodle by the name of Bridget. And for my 16th birthday, she took me, because it was a big deal to turn 16 back in the 70s, early 70s. And she took me into town, took me to the best dress shops there were, and she bought me 2 outfits. I'll never forget them. They were sweater. One was and the skirts, if you can picture a figure skater with their short skirts that they wear, like during the Olympics. The skirts looked like that. One was purple. And it had rainbow. It had 3 rainbow colors on the bottom of it. 3 stripes. And then the top was so cute. It had a little V-neck, which was kind of risque back then. Had a little V-neck. And then it had a sailor collar on the back. And it had short sleeves. And the back, where the sailor collar was, the flap in the back was all rainbow stripes, and it was bright. Oh, it was so pretty. She bought me that outfit, and then she bought me a rust-colored one. And that, same type of skirt. These were knitted. They were all knitted. And that right there. And that had a cute little belt around the top of it was a turtleneck, had 3/4 sleeves. And she bought me those 2 outfits. And back then, it was quite expensive. I don't know what she paid, but I remember when I went to one of the nice stores, just a shirt alone, a sweater alone was $16. So that was a lot of money. back then. So I don't know what the 2 outfits, you know, came to. I mean, she obviously wasn't going to tell me, but she let me look through that store and pick out anything that I wanted. And I was kind of nervous about it because, you know, I was really shy back then, and I didn't spend anybody else's money. Nobody had ever done that for me before. But oh my God, we used to have fun. And she was my mom's craft partner. They made beautiful, beautiful Christmas ornaments. And my mom would go down to Arlene's and they would decoupage together, and they'd make all kinds of Christmas ornaments. And they were great friends. Really, really, really great friends. And we're going to put this gal here. So when I see a hat like that, I think of Arlene. But she was a know-it-all. You couldn't, I mean, coming from the city, she had done it all, seen it all, and then being a rockette. But she was just a love. I miss all my relatives. I had some really cool, really, really cool relatives. They were the type that they'd do anything for you. Anything at all. Okay, I'm going to put her over here a little bit more. I want to cover up the edge of that poinsettia. There. And there's our last little postcard. And I'm wondering if I should put a little something over here. See, I keep coming to this red, but it's not the right red, and I don't have a deeper red. I don't have a deeper red. I have that, but it's not. I showed that the other day, so I'm just going to leave this plain. So that is it for today. I think these are really, really cute. I think they're going to blend in quite well with the other retro items I have for the journal. I do like this. I mean, if you have your ribbon and you don't want it flopping around, just glue it down a little bit. But I think the Tim Holtz, just the little bit that you see on here, adds a nice little dimension, and then you still have your retro digital in the background. So that's it for today, my friends. I hope you liked this video. If you did, I'd love to have you give me a thumbs up. Go back and take a look at some of my other Christmas ephemera videos. I'm sure that there's plenty there for you to look at that you will like, and that you can, you know, copy and put your touch to them and make them your own. So thanks, everybody, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.